Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Roman Prepper Channel. I'm your host, Pete. Thank you for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about something a little bit tinfoil hatty, but it's kind of a good opportunity to discuss some other things. So, those of you who follow science at all know that back in 2017, there was an asteroid that was a weird cigar-shaped asteroid, very metallic, called Oumuamua or something like that. Jeez, I can't say the word. Anyway, you can look it up. Oumuamua, that's how it was. And it went flying through the solar system, and its behavior was atypical of an asteroid or a comet. It didn't have a tail. They claim it may have changed course, but they're not sure. Some people hypothesize that it was a starship from another planet that was coming to visit us, but they got hit by an asteroid and went flying out of control, like they had some kind of outer space wreck. Anyway, that was back in 2017. Well, now there's a new asteroid, and originally it was seen, I believe it was by the Argentinian Space Association, like they're astronomers and they're astrophysicists. It was either the Argentinians or Brazilians, somebody in South America, I think, saw it first, then the Australians, and then everybody started looking for it. And at first they're like, oh, it's an asteroid, it's new, and start plotting its course. Then somebody said, I think it changed course. And everyone said, no, that's nonsense, that doesn't happen. And then they started looking at it. And so originally, this asteroid was supposed to pass through our solar system, no imminent threat to us originally, in about November. It was going to pass like between Mars and Jupiter. My very educated mother, yeah, Mars and Jupiter. I still remember that. Pass between Mars and Jupiter and go like carousing through the solar system. And now they're saying it's going to arrive in 3 weeks. That's a big discrepancy. So I've said it before. Science makes mistakes, right? People say, trust the science, remember, with that thing? And I'm sure a lot of people meant well, right? Maybe not the executives in the companies that made $1 billion, but a lot of people were like, oh, this medicine's supposed to help us. We should take it because surely these guys are telling us the truth. And it turned out not to, or not quite what it was supposed to be. But in any case, science makes mistakes. Now, whether it was hidden or just a general screw up, science makes mistakes. And the whole premise behind a good science is that if I discover something, I've discovered Asteroid 1, and it's up there doing whatever, and I say, this is where it's going, this is how big it is, and here's my hypothesis, and I throw it out to the community is supposed to challenge me. They're supposed to look at the data, get their own data, and say, no, buddy, you're doing this wrong. But to have that big a discrepancy where we see an asteroid way the hell out there, I don't know if it was on Hubble or one of the other telescopes on the ground or one of the satellites, but to see it and say, oh, it's showing up in November, December, this 4, 5, 6 months away. And all of a sudden, within a week of, no, it's going to be here in 3 weeks. That's weird. Now, this one astrophysicist swears on his numbers that it changed course. Nobody can confirm or deny it. And actually, the astrospace community has been really quiet about it, which kind of concerns me, because usually they'll be like, no, you got the numbers wrong. They tend to be very vocal because they like to challenge each other. It's the way it's supposed to be. You challenge the science until you validate it. And these guys have been really quiet, which kind of freaks me out a little. But in any case, now they're saying it could be a mothership. So on X and on a few platforms, there's now #mothership. And they're saying it's a mothership coming to do whatever. Is it a mothership? I don't know. I don't have that answer. I got to dig a little more into the science behind this one. But hypothetically, if we had aliens show up, how would you prep for that? So let's think about that for a second. Well, shoot, if they came and they were like friendly, that's one thing, right? Like, oh, we have space trade now and, whatever. If they come here and they drop a bunch of like alien spider monkeys and these things run around and attack people, well, now we have a very different scenario, right? Because we have these assholes all over the planet fighting with us. What would you do? What would you do if human idiots showed up and started fighting with everyone? This is a good time to just talk about the basic preps, right? Make sure you have food. Make sure you have water. If aliens are falling from the sky or landing in drop ships, you don't want to be out at, HEB or Kroger or United or Walmart. Walmart already has their own aliens. They're very well known as Walmartians, so that might help us. But you don't want to be at Walmart when the aliens land, right? That would be a bad idea. Make sure you have enough food and water. If you're just starting, do something basic, 3 days. Plan out 3 days a meal and say, okay, I have 3 days of emergency stuff. Start from there, start small, start on budget, grow from there. But if you're more advanced, you have some property, you can kind of prepare differently. Also, too, do you have food for your pets and your livestock if you have any? These are good things to have, even if it's a Rona, even if it's a war, all of these things apply. 3, make sure you have water. Now, some of you have natural water resources, so you can store some and filter others. If you live where I do, you got to store everything. You know why? Because you can't filter sand and get water out of it. So you need to understand the geography around you, what is available and what is not available, and what is not naturally available or able to be easily sourced. That's the kind of stuff you have to store. Also, having cash, and if not cash, something fungible. And when I say fungible, it's tradable, something you can trade, be it silver, dollars. Granted, if the economy collapses, dollars don't mean anything. Things you can trade, even those little booze bottles or, small things of meds, stuff like that you can trade and barter with other people. Food can be a great barter item. Also, how secure is your home? Now, granted, an alien has a space gun, they might blow a hole through your door. But is your home secured? Because the human aliens can definitely try to kick in your door. Is your house equipped with deadbolts? Do you have long screws going into the frame of the door, not those little contractor screws that really barely hold the door up? Do you lock your windows at night? Do you have an alarm system? Folks, when you hear stories like this, a lot of people like to freak out, oh no, and they flap around like a bunch of chickens that just got sprayed with a hose, and they're like, bah! And in reality, that accomplishes nothing. Instead, look at your basics, get with the fundamentals, and make sure you have enough to get through 3 days, 5 days, a week, 6 months, whatever it is your target is. And remember, if you're just starting out, or if you kind of dropped off and now you're getting back to it, start small, start on budget. There's still inflation, things are still expensive. So anyway, I thought this was a fun topic to talk about. Where remains to be seen. I don't know, we could all be wearing tinfoil hats and having sword fights with the space monkeys, like I said before. But more than likely, it's just going to be another asteroid or some other astrophysical phenomenon going through the solar system. Regardless, now's a great time to prep and ask yourself, what would I do if the alien space monkeys landed on the Earth? Anyway, if you have any other thoughts about how you would prepare for alien space monkeys or any other critters, drop them in the comments below. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to share. That's really awesome. You guys be good, be safe, have some fun with this stuff. I mean, what the hell else are you going to do if it's actually an alien invasion? We got a big problem anyway, so you may as well have the food and water and dog food anyway. You guys be good, be safe, be careful out there. Don't get in a wreck on the road, please. Have another friend just got in a car wreck. Fortunately, he's okay. His car's not so great, and he's very upset about that. But he got to go home to his family, so that's a good thing. In any case, you guys be careful out there, be safe, and I will talk to you all on the next video. Be good.